Hi everyone! Today I am going to make a pull-apart bread, or in Indonesia we call it Roti Sobek. This actually wasn't my original plan to make for today, but this morning one of my friends asked me how to make this Roti Sobek. So it's kind of changed my plan, but I'm very happy to do it. There are lots of recipes for bread out there. I'm not gonna say one recipe is better than the others because it's all about preference, right? Some people like softer bread, some others like different texture. I personally like soft bread, and there are more than one technique to make soft bread. One of the techniques is called wateru or tangjong. That's a technique that Japanese people use to make their soft bread. It's not difficult at all. It is just an additional step that you have to do at the beginning. Today, I'm not going to use that technique. I'm going to make my soft bread in a simple way. Not only that it is simple, I'm also not going to use my stand mixer. I know that some people may not have a stand mixer at home. So today I'm going to hand knead my dough. So I guess it's gonna be another arm exercise for me. To start, we have to activate the yeast. Alright, and we have to remember that yeast live in a warm temperature. So I have heated my milk here to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to move half cup into my glass. And I'm going to add in teaspoon of sugar here, and then the yeast. I'm using 2 packets of yeast, so just stir, and then I'm going to leave this milk alone until it gets foamy. Okay, it means that my yeast is activated and I can use it. All right, okay, so this is the yeast that I'm using. One packet has 7 grams or a quarter ounce. I am using 2 packets for this recipe. Okay, so while waiting my yeast to activate, we can work on the rest. So here we are using 550 grams of bread flour, not all-purpose flour. All right, bread flour, it means it's high protein flour, or in Indonesia they call it Tepung Cakra. I have sieved this flour already, so remember to pre-sieve your flour. And I'm gonna use 1 whole egg and 2 yolks. All right, these yolks is gonna help the texture of the bread to be lighter. All right, and 50 grams of unsalted butter, have to be room temperature also. So the eggs and the butter have to be at room temperature. And also the sugar, I'm using 80 grams of sugar, so it's like a 1/3 cup. The milk, I'm using 275 milliliter. Remember to heat your milk. I'm using whole milk here. And I'm gonna need salt too. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of salt. All right. First, I'm going to mix my whole egg with my yolk. Mix it. Oh, by the way, take a look at my yeast here. It's already foamy, right? And it's not even 5 minutes yet. All right, first I'm going to mix the dry ingredient, the 550 grams of bread flour with 2 teaspoons of salt. All right, sugar. And I'm going to mix this. My dry ingredients are mixed already. And then I'm adding the butter. Remember, the butter have to be at room temperature, or it's gonna be difficult for you to knead it. Okay, just squeeze the butter with the flour. Remember to wash your hands first, okay? I have washed my hands. See, it's very easy to make bread. You just have to have time to do it. You have to have time and will. You have time but no will, well, you're not gonna make the bread. Okay, now I'm going to add in the egg. So some people use just one whole egg or 2 whole eggs, but here I'm adding extra yolk to make the texture to be lighter. This is another way to make your bread soft. All right, now look at my yeast here. Okay, adding the yeast and the milk. I'm gonna mix it here. I won't waste any of the yeast. We're using all of the milk, okay? 275 milliliter. Okay. Now we start mixing the mixture, everything, using your hand, or if you want to use your stand mixer, then go ahead, use your stand mixer. Okay, I'm gonna clean my hand first and clean my countertop, because I'm gonna start kneading this dough straight on my countertop. All right, I have cleaned my countertop again and washed my hands again. So I'm going to knead my dough on my countertop. Okay, I have extra bread flour here. Okay, not too much, we need it a little amount at a time. Okay, now let's start kneading the dough. Just doing it like this. This is gonna take around 10 minutes until the dough not sticky anymore. Just keep kneading like this until your dough becomes smooth and not sticky. In Indonesia, we call it kalis. I personally like kneading the dough like this. I'm kinda enjoy it actually. Kneading while dreaming. All right, I have kneaded my dough for 10 minutes now. You see how the dough is getting smoother. Okay. If you use your stand mixer, you need to knead it with your stand mixer probably like 5 minutes or until your dough not sticking to the bowl anymore, okay, to the mixing bowl. And you need to use your hook attachment. Okay, it feels smooth in my hands already. All right, and that's sticky, you see? So it is time to proof my dough, to let it sit. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit oil in my mixing bowl here, so my dough will not stick later. All right, now I'm going to put my dough inside. All right, that's it. Easy, right? Cover your dough here. Oh. With plastic wrap. And cover it again with towel to make it dark. All right, now I'm gonna wait for an hour. It can be more than 1 hour or it can be less than 1 hour. It's all depend on your temperature and humidity in the house. All right, I'm guessing that my dough is gonna ready around 1 hour. All right, while waiting for my dough, I'm going to make the filling, the chocolate filling for some of my bread. Here I have a half cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to use the double boiling technique, like how I make the chocolate filling for the mochi. My pot has a boiling water. I'm gonna put this bowl on top, and then I'm gonna just mix the chocolate. It's gonna melt. You see, it's already melting here. You don't need to cook it straight on the stove. Okay, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream here. One. Mix it again. And half tablespoon of butter. Okay, you see it's melting already and looks smooth. I'm gonna try. If it's sweet enough, then it is sweet enough. I do not want to add any more sugar. If your chocolate tastes a little bit bitter, then you may add sugar, but make sure that you use confectioner sugar, okay? I like the sweetness of the chocolate already. Okay, now I'm going to keep this in the freezer because I will need to get hardened faster, okay? Okay, let's check on the dough. All right, look at this dough. It's already expanded double size. By the way, I have cleaned my countertop and washed my hands again. Now, I'm gonna dust my countertop. Okay, punch the dough. Ooh, look how soft my bread dough feels here. All right, I'm gonna make a big roll, and then I'm gonna cut it in two first. Okay. Now I'm gonna work on this roll. All right. Should I make 10? Let's see. And roll it again. All right, you can make each roll to be like around 50 to 60 gram. It's up to you if you want to make smaller or bigger rolls. Okay, so I'm gonna make around this size. Okay, so it means I'm gonna cut it into 4. 2, 3. And just roll this dough. Okay. Alright, so I have this one. I'm gonna cut it again. Okay, so I have 18 here, 18 small doughs. Okay, now I just have to decide what I want to do with these rolls. Okay, all I need to do is just roll out the dough. Okay. Like this. All right, and then pinch. Make sure you pinch it well. Okay, just like this. All right, and I'm going to lay this roll here. And then roll out more. Okay. Okay. You have to give space, okay? Because it's gonna expand again. So this one, I'm gonna just make long rolls, okay? With no fillings. When they're done, you can cut the rolls and then you can just fill with whatever you want, like chocolate or cheese or just butter or hot dogs. It's up to you. Okay. All right. So look at this. So I make 6 rolls here, long rolls in this pan. I just need to let it sit double proof, okay? Until they expand again. Now I'm going to work on the chocolate roll. You see my chocolate filling is hardened already. So just roll out the dough. This time I'm not gonna make it a long roll, but I'm gonna make a round. Okay, round roll. I'm gonna just use this ice cream or dough scooper and put it in the middle, like that, and then close the sides. Like this, okay? And pinch to make sure it's really close, and then just kinda round it again. Okay, like this, and I'm gonna put it on my pan here. Chocolate roll is very famous in Indonesia, or chocolate filling roll. All right, just close it. And pinch to close it. Just kind of round it. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna just make 2 rolls here, so 6 rolls. There is a little space in between the rolls. And I'm gonna just let it sit to double proof it again, to let it expand before I bake it. Fold the 2 sides and then roll, okay, loosely, like that, and then put it in the pan. Okay, I have 4 here. All right, so this one I'm gonna fill it with hot dogs. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna just make strips here. Just cut this one side. Okay, there you go. All right. Just like the rest of my roll, I'm gonna just let it sit. All right. So I'm back here. I actually have left all these rolls sitting in the pan for like 45 minutes while I was working out. So look at all these rolls. They're all expanded already. Okay. So, and my oven is already at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I will brush the top, okay? There's many ways to brush the top. Either you can use egg whites, or you can actually use milk, or even you can just bake it the way it is now, and then when they are done, you can brush with just butter or with butter mixed with honey. So there's many ways, but I happen to have this evaporated milk in my fridge, and it's open already, so I'm gonna just use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna start with baking the long rolls because I roll this one first, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just brush this each roll. This is just to make the top shiny when they're done baking. Okay, now I'm going to bake these rolls for 15 minutes, okay? Alright, so look at after 15 minutes, okay? I'm gonna let it sit here on the cooling rack for now. And now I'm gonna bake this one. This is my chocolate rolls. So again, I'm going to brush it with the milk, You can actually make 9 here, but I did it on purpose not to make 9. But if you want to have more in one pan, you can. Okay, and because this is chocolate roll, because it has chocolate filling inside, I'm gonna put some chocolate sprinkles. I'm gonna bake this one for 15 minutes. Ooh, you see how soft. Ooh. You can use this as a hot dog buns. Just cut in the middle and add hot dog, okay? Alright, this is my chocolate rolls. I'm going to bake the rest, alright? Alright, for this one, I'm gonna double brush it. I'm gonna brush it with butter and honey, a little honey here. I mix it already because I want the top to be a little bit sweeter. And so are the other ones here. Alright, so these all are the bread that I made today. This one has chocolate fillings. This just plain no filling. I'm gonna use these rolls for eating hot dogs. And this one has chocolate inside, but the rest are plain. This is just some ideas to shape the bread. And this one has hot dog. These are Joanna's favorite hot dog rolls. I'm gonna pull one. You see how soft this bread? Ooh. Mmm. They are very soft. And the chocolate filling is perfect. I didn't add extra sugar, just using the semi-sweet chocolate chips mixed with the heavy cream and butter. These are good. I'll probably gonna make more bread soon.
This is so soft and chocolatey.
You like the chocolate filling, Joanna?
I love it.